Our minds are so powerful. If you're someone that's interested in self-development, self-help, you'll be very aware of the power of the human mind. And that's why when it comes to labor, I've been reading lots of books, listening to podcasts and listening to videos that are very much discussing the power of the mind and reminding myself how important it is to prepare my mind in order to prepare my body. Hi lovelies and welcome, it's Funto here. So one of the books I've been loving is Ina May's Guide to Childbirth. I read this in my first pregnancy and I've gone back to read it again. I'm actually reading it via Audible, so I'm listening to it. It starts with a whole bunch of really positive birth experiences and a super wide variety of people of different ages, VBACs, twin deliveries, first time deliveries, fifth time deliveries. It's such a range, and I found it really encouraging just to hear so many women who had gone through labour and delivery and had a really positive experience. It also gives really helpful explanations about what's happening to your anatomy during labour. For example, it talks about sphincter law and explains how your uterine muscles are sphincters and how your external environment and your overall mood can affect your body's ability to relax and encourage your baby to descend. This Mama Natural book has been an absolute favourite. I love this book for many reasons, but one of the things that's really helpful for labour preparation is this labour playbook at the back of the book. And this is honestly just packed with so many gems to prepare you for labour and delivery. It gave me a really good understanding of what my body would be doing and some of the signs and things that I could expect to experience in labour. This was really pivotal for taking away my anxiety and my fear because I just felt better prepared and understood a bit more of what might be going on. I have been working on my birth affirmations. So this is something that I found very effective first time around when I was pregnant, and I'd done quite a bit of research on hypnobirthing, on affirmations and the different ways you can prepare your mind for labour and almost coach yourself through the process starting before you've even given birth. And I find affirmations to be very effective, not just for labour and delivery, but just in life in general, to affirm myself and encourage myself and remind myself of things that I believe to be true. One of the things I was keen to do was to find affirmations that were faith-based because this is something that really resonates with me. So as a Christian, the first place I went to was to the Bible, and I started to make a note of Bible verses and scriptures that could really encourage me and remind me that I am fearfully and wonderfully made. I'm built for this process. I have an entire higher being who is backing me and supporting me and created me for this very moment. And I found so much comfort in these affirmations the first time around, and I definitely know that I'm going to enjoy them second time around as well. So I've started to dig out that note and make myself familiar with those verses, reading them on a regular basis, and I'm going to ramp that up as I get closer to delivery so that I can remember them as well. There are lots of different ways you can find affirmations. If you go online and research them, there are lots of wonderful statements of truths just to remind yourself that you have all the things that you need to be able to safely deliver them into this world. If you haven't tried affirmations before, it might sound a bit whimsical, but I do recommend giving it a go. They can be very effective for changing your outlook and mood, especially if you have any anxiety or fear around birth. These might actually help quite a lot. Videos. So the internet and social media is a fantastic resource where there are lots of people that are sharing valuable information. Granted, not everything is good information, you do have to check, but one of the channels I've loved watching on YouTube is Built to Birth, and this is a channel run by a doula and birth professional in America, and I just find her information to be really fantastic and really encouraging. A lot of the information that I then went on to research about birth and labour, I actually discovered through her channel first, and I think what's nice is that she makes suggestions of things that perhaps aren't always at the forefront of medical advice, but have been proven to be very beneficial for women in labour. Things like using combs, stretching and having specific positions, perineal massages. There are so many things out there that can help to promote a positive birth experience. And I think starting by watching some videos that teach you about this is a great place to start. In a similar sense, there are antenatal classes on the NHS. I don't think you can sign up until you're more close to the 34 or 36 weeks, but there's information online that you can start to research about birth, labour and delivery, and immediate postpartum. I have been writing down my birth plan. So since I'm giving birth for the second time, thankfully I've got my first time birth plan that I've been reflecting on. It's something that I wrote down in my hospital notes, but I've also written it down on my phone, so I had it quick access, and my husband also had access to it as well, which was really helpful because he was very aware of what my plan was. Some of the things that I've included in my plan are maybe the kind of atmosphere I'd like to build in the birthing room, and some of my preferences, such as keeping the lighting low or turned off. This was something that kept me very calm during labour the first time around. I really like dim lighting to calm me down, particularly in the evening. You can add preferences on there, such as the positions you'd like to be in, any equipment you'd want, a birth ball. If you'd like some music, you can include that in your birth plan as well. I included in my birth plan that I would like to try for a water birth, which is something I wanted to do first time, but it was all so quick, I never made it into the water. Hopefully I'll make it this time, you never know. I've also noted down a few things in my birth plan that I would like my husband to do to support me during labour. And these are things that I went through with him the first time around, and I'm going to refresh his mind on all of these things as well. Since he is my birth partner, we spent quite a lot of time first time around going through birthing positions, how I want him to hold me, squeeze my hips with counter pressure, things I'd want him to say to me to affirm me and encourage me. And I actually found this to be really rewarding the first time around. He was such a great support, and I think having both prepared together in advance really helped with that process. So those are the key things that I'm doing to prepare myself for labour. I'm actually looking forward to the process, which might sound bizarre, but having had a positive experience the first time around, I'm really looking forward to doing it all over again. If you haven't seen my birth story, I do have that one up, so I do recommend checking it out. If you want to stay up to date with the rest of my journey, then do consider subscribing, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye!